Well, here I is. Here I is. And the Facebook screen keeps doing some weird thing where it keeps going green on me. I've mentioned that before. But I guess if y'all ain't seeing it, all is good then. So I ain't going to be worried about it too much. Let me know. All right, I got Jim in with me. Adam Wolf, a.k.a. KD After Dark. Well, here we are in 2024. Feels every bit like 2023 to me. But what do I know? I don't know anything. Man, that green is really bugging the shit out of me. I ain't lying to you. Let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. Well, I hope everyone had a great New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. New Year's Eve stopped being a thing for me a long time ago. I mean, I really don't like going out. And somewhere along the line, we decided it was no longer a good idea to play live on New Year's Eve. Kind of like how we dropped playing live on Halloween, because there's just so much else going on. And you know, we don't like to be on the stage at 12 o'clock, so no sense in that, not for us. If you have a band and y'all played New Year's Eve, man, I hope it went good. I hope you had a big crowd. I have to shed some clothing here, man. I got on 2 hoodies, a toboggan. No, let's see. I got some stuff to talk about tonight. A few things I want to show you. I want to remind you about the latest numbered out of sequence release on Long Haired Weirdo. The Joe Buck Yourself Bitter is the Day 7-inch. With Joe Young Feedback Serenade on the B-side. This is Long Haired Weirdo 006. Some of you Long Haired Weirdo Records completists might go, well, damn, why didn't you got me a 004, then you got me a 006. What are you just doing even number? No, 005 is going to be a CD by a local band, one of my favorites of all time. The Self-Made Monsters. It is a best of compilation called A Fine Stew. The best of Self-Made Monsters so far. Don't forget the so far part. The artwork is at the printing place. We're making steps to get the music there, and after that, it's just a short wait. But in independent releases from any label, any size, I label the size of mine. I label the size of Malcolm Tent's TPOS. I label the size of Mark Rainey's TKO records. Independent music, man, it's hard to, especially, it seemed like ever since the supply shortages, that this business is just getting really terrible with the wait times and stuff. I think it's eased up a little bit, but you can't plan anything on a release, man. I always say if you plan on doing a record release show or something like that, I would wait to book it till you have said record in hand. Oh, and the other day, I guess it was New Year's Eve, I reckon, I put up a pre-order for the new Long-Haired Weirdo Records logo t-shirt, and I've gotten an excellent response. I was very, very surprised. I made a post, said, hey, look, I'm just going to run this up the flagpole, see if everybody's interested. And much to my surprise, there was a good bit of interest. A lot of people texting me and writing me on Messenger about it. And the pre-sales have been especially gratifying. So, but keep in mind, on January 15th, that's when the pre-sale ends. This is not something I'm going to keep in stock all the time. But on January 15th, that is when I will send in the order of how many I need and what sizes. So, you know, I would like to not get some emails like by Friday going, Dad, just why not done ordered me a Long-Haired Weirdo t-shirt? You ain't sent me in there you bit. Well, because I hadn't ordered them yet. And when I order them, I still got to wait for them to be made and then shipped. But as soon as I get them, man, you better believe all them things are going to get shipped. So yeah, I got them from all the way from small to 4X. You pick. I'll go ahead and tell you what we did New Year's Eve, man. We, First Lady and I, were just sitting on the couch eating a little good old-fashioned homemade, the American way, not by a microwave, but by a whirly pop. See, we do things the American way here in this house. And we had some good old-fashioned popcorn sitting around watching Game of Thrones for the third time or so. I don't know. About done with it. But around 8:30, First Lady says, you know, you should go live and do a Happy New Year's message to everybody. I said, you think so? Yeah. I said, well, I'm not going to be up at midnight, so just do one at 10 o'clock. Most of your audience will be up at midnight either. So, I guess around 9:30, 9:40 or something, I was already dozing off. And she says, hey, get up and get clear-minded. So you go in and do your go live post. And that's what I did. I hope y'all saw it. But, yeah, I'm going to look at some of y'all's responses here in a minute. I've been too busy talking. Well, you're all in here now. Clintonzilla, Mondo, Brad Mullins, Andy Miller, Mr. Erhard. I mailed you something today, Jim. I think. Didn't you buy something? Everything went in the mail today. I want to take the time to give a plug to something a friend of mine has done, and I am very, very proud of him and his efforts, and I'm very proud of the actual product that I'm holding in my hand. My good friend, Jeff Williams, formerly of Dead Kings, Biggie Stardust, and Stop Talking. He's also a cartoonist. And he has just put out his first full-length comic book. Look at this. Supernova Uberalis. Now you can see these strips every day on Instagram. He's got a Supernova Uberalis Instagram page, and you can see the strips he puts every day. This is a compilation of those going from June of this year to October 15th of this year. And if you want to get one, now you go to Jeff Williams' page, or you go to the Supernova, I can't stop saying that, Supernova Uberalis Instagram page, and they will, I'm sure that there will be somewhere they can direct you to a link to go to the Etsy store to get one of these. Now, they're only $3, and I think y'all will enjoy it. So please support my good pal on his business venture. And Clinton Zilla says he throws in some good. Yeah, I got my sticker up over there next to my George South, Ric Flair, and Abdullah the Butcher little figures. One of Supernova, I said it right that time. One of the Supernova aliens is standing right behind those guys. I may post a picture of that here in a little bit. But okay, so anyway, Supernova. Damn, Jeff Lee, you must be hitting some sauce here on the first break on through with 2024. Not yet. I'm down this water here. I don't drink tap water like Malcolm Tent does. I don't trust it. But we do love some lemon and lime in that stuff. Stefan's watching at work on 10-minute break. Well, I'll try to lively up myself then there, Stefan, so you have a little something to watch before you go back and join the working class again. Yeah, you're right, Clinton. There could be something magical about that Danbury tap that I just haven't tapped into. God, that green flashing is driving me nuts, man. Whatever. Is it flashing green on the broadcast? I mean, y'all got, you know what I'm going to say? Y'all got to tell me something. Dylan says no. Dylan says no. All right. I reached out to a few people today because, I didn't finish telling you what we did New Year. And then New Year's Day, me and the First Lady went to a restaurant here in town called 704 Korean Grill. And, man, it's one of those places where they got a hot plate, like right in the middle of the table, and they just, man, you pay like one amount, and they just bring you all the meat you can eat. But it's like clean meat, you know, and you cook it on the thing, and they also got things of vegetables and rice, and it's all done Korean style. Nice place. Well, we ate until we were almost in a coma, and then we came on home. Watched a little GOT, and it took me forever. Yes, I don't think I ever did get to where I got used to the fact that it was a Monday, because that felt like Sunday all day long. And this morning, oh, okay, guy. This morning's gonna come quick. But this morning I'm sitting there drinking the pre-working class coffee going, well, yeah, this is Tuesday. I got to do a little break on through tonight. I said, what am I going to break on through about? So I reached out to a few of you and asked for ideas. And when I ask for ideas, I mean top 10 ideas. Stories you want to hear about ANTiSEEN. Stories you want to hear about old JC growing up in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Anything. And one subject reared its head about 3 or 4 times. So I'm going to talk about that this evening. I think I've talked about it some, but I'm going to talk about it more here in a little bit. But first I want to say something. My main Jimmy Repo over at Repo Record, well, he had something happen after Christmas where a employee had to be let go. And later that day, his Facebook page was hijacked. Coincidence? I don't think so. All right, I see Alan just gave me one. Top 10 songs by The Darkness, man. That's a good one. I can't do it right now, but maybe I'll do that next week. I like The Darkness. A lot of people don't care. But anyway, Jimmy's page was hijacked, and it's making it difficult for me to do the birthdays. I have to go to Jimmy's store, get into his account, and give myself the certain passes that I'm able to do on the page, because I can't sit there and explain to it. And plus, finding it on my phone, man, it's like hit or miss. So pretty soon everything will be hunky-dory, be back. But what I'm really wanting to tell you about this for is a lot of the followers and friends were deleted. So if you want to know, if you want to keep up with what's going on with Jimmy Repo and Repo Record, please go back and follow the page. It's back in Repo control now. So please follow the page, like. He was considering not doing the birthday listings anymore, but the support from the viewing audience was very big to keep it going. So if you would, man, just check it out every day. If you're interested in that kind of thing, give it a good old like. Give it a good old share if that's what you do, if you're a sharing type. And you never know who might show up at Repo Record. ANTiSEEN's played there a time or two. Starcrawler's played there. Lots of bands played there. You never know what'll happen. Anything can happen, and it usually does. All right. The thing that came up several times while me asking for people to give me some ideas was say, hey, man, we want to hear you talk about when you used to do the record conventions with Phil, the Whiskey Rebel Irwin. Man, I'm telling you, we worked a lot of record conventions together. This is when Ranch's Vat was based in Philadelphia. I was living in Rock Hill. Part of the time when they lived in Philadelphia, I lived in Charlottesville. But thing was, when they lived in Philadelphia, man, I saw the Irwin clan. That would be Phil, Marla, and Elvis. I saw them a lot, like more than you would expect. And it was either them coming down my way or me going up their way. ANTiSEEN used to play Philadelphia all the time, which leads me to talk about something else. But we, you know, we were guys with a lot of big, gigantic surplus of records, and we decided that we would like to do those record shows together. Man, all I had was like God, what was it? Aerostar minivan. But man, I'm telling you, more times than not, I think it was usually me, Phil, and Elvis. But see, we've done so many trips that I get details of them mixed up, but I know what happened in what city. Like, we used to go down to Austin to do the South by Southwest record fair, which was huge in a arena. And man, those were really fun, especially after it was over. You know, you were considered like a South by Southwest vendor, and you could go to all the events and stuff later that evening, which was really fun. But if we weren't going down to Austin, Texas, we were going up to New York to work at the WFMU record fair. And there were a few others we did in New York and maybe even New Jersey. But man, we always had a great time. And actually, some of the parts I miss about the whole going on tour and all is just like mainly I miss the late night road conversation. That is some of my favorite conversations I've ever had with anybody I've ever been in a band with. Because see, there was a time, I don't know how I fare now, but there was a time, if I didn't take any kind of sleep aid, I'd be up all night. And I was the one, I'm the all-night driver. I am the night rider. I'm a rocker, I'm a roller, I'm an out-of-controller. I could I could drive all night. One time I drove from San Antonio all the way to outside of Atlanta. We didn't stop. I only to gas up. That was it. And bathroom breaks and stuff. But I remember Malcolm Tent getting out of the van and looking at me, or the truck or whatever we were driving, looked at me and says, man, that's the best use of a case of insomnia I've ever seen. But man, the stories we used to tell, the projects, man, and that's one thing I really like about spending you're still working. The drive is part of the job. The drive may be the worst part of the job, other than the weight of anything you do, whether you're working a record convention or touring in a band. But the project ideas that bounce around in that van or that car or whatever during one of those trips, it's pretty amazing. And when me and the Whiskey Rebel were riding down that lonesome road, well, that was no exception, man. We came up with so many things. I would say probably a good part of those Ranch of That ANTiSEEN split singles were all worked out during those trips. The Alcoholics Unanimous stuff, whether it was me just doing the artwork for them, when I was actually a singer. That wasn't the record show, because that's when they were still out in Portland. See, I'm getting stuff mixed up. But man, one of the things I remember, it really was a highlight for me during one of those Austin record shows is, I had ton of records in crates. And Phil did too. Man, we took up 2 full tables, I guess. And you know who we saw at every South by South record show? Jello Biafra came out because, you know, he and Phil were friends separately from me and Jello being acquaintances. I wouldn't say we were close friends, but we're acquaintances. And we speak every time, you know, we see each other. And Jello came and hung out with us. And man, we had a good time hanging out with him. And this is around the time when I started replacing some of my vinyl with CD. I was thinking, well, man, if I have it on CD, I don't really need it on vinyl. Boy, was I wrong in a lot of those cases. But, man, I'm walking around the arena, you know, like if we hit a slow period, one of us would watch both booths. And the other would walk around and go check out what else was going on. Oh, man, I was walking up toward the front of the building, and I walk up, and, man, I looked at somebody, and I did a double take. That looks like Ian McGowan from The Faces. It was Ian McGowan from The Faces. And man, he was just sitting there and he was talking to people, signing stuff, being as friendly and chatty. And man, I did a super fast, man, if you'd seen me, you'd think I was one of those mall walkers. The walk I was doing to get back to our booth. You know, trying to keep from running. I was like, man, I know I got some Faces albums in there. Boy, there they were. Choo! I pulled them up, pulled the price tags off, took the bags off, and I go walking straight back up to where Ian Mac was. And sure enough, man, he had a book. And I'm telling you, if you ever get a chance to get a copy of Ian McGowan, he was in the Small Faces, The Faces, and he also toured with the Rolling Stones in 78. May have done some more. But, man, that's one of the best rock bios that I've ever read. And that's one of the ones I'll keep. But, of course, I bought his book. I got it signed, you know, and he signed my records. And, man, he was such a genuinely nice guy. A guy that's done as much as he has for as long as he has, you know, is asking you questions, talking to you. Like, hey, man, what do you do? You know, you got a booth here? All, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And didn't seem like he was doing it just to be nice while he was looking at somebody else over your shoulder, you know. Like, yeah. He looked at you, you know, and really wanted to know a little bit about you. And really, really sweet guy. And I felt very honored to have met him. May he rest in peace. And one day, I said to Phil after one of those shows, I was like, man, you want to go see if we can visit Rocky? He's like, are you serious? I said, yeah, man. I said, every other time, and you can't call. You can't call the house. He won't hear the phone. I think Evelyn was still alive at this point. Yeah, she was. That's his mother. But I called her. Man, they were in the book. And you just look at the book, Evelyn Erickson, Rocky Erickson. I called Evelyn, and from all the other previous times we've gone in there and visited, she remembered me. She always remembered me. I said, hey, Evelyn, this is Jeff Clayton. And she goes, oh, you're with one of them fellas from North Carolina. I said, yeah, exactly. And I said, where's Rocky living nowadays? She gave me the address. It's back when you just had to write it down. And he had moved he used to live out near the airport, the old airport, and or Air Force Base or something. But we had to go find this new place, and it was just a regular apartment. And there was no way, there was no markings or numbers on the doors. Something was up. We had to put our ear to the door, and I was the one that got up on the steps and would go. And we got the one, you know, and it's just like everything is going all like. That's what it sounds like. And I said, "This is it." I knock, and like anybody's place, you're knocking on their door, and you're not sure exactly who you're getting ready to deal with. We stood back. You know, we waited, and then knocked again. Pow, 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 pow. And door opens. Here he is. He just opens the door, looks at us, and goes, "Hey, is everything all right?" We're like, "Yeah, Rocky. You doing okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." "Well, it's good to see you." I was like, "Okay." I was just checking on you, see if you were doing all right. "Yeah, no, I am, but y'all be careful now." "Okay, we will." Shuts the door. Yeah. Man, I've got some of those visits we did with Rocky. The first visit we did with Rocky on video. I'm going to get Clintonzilla to transfer that stuff for me. You hear me, Clintonzilla? I'm going to get you to transfer that stuff. What do you think of that? I want people to see it. I'm not going to do it to sell or nothing. I'll just put it on YouTube. If we ever get another YouTube page. Probably something me and Malcolm need to talk about. Malcolm, what do you think about us hiring someone to do that? I know you don't have time, but I sure as hell, even if I had the time, I sure as hell don't know how to do it. So, I don't know. Maybe we need to put it in somebody else's hands. I don't know. But, I don't know what else to tell. I mean, we like on the way to Austin, we would stop a couple of times. We stopped and stayed with Heather and Walt Wheat before they got the big compound. They had the little compound, and I remember on the way down, you talk about ideas, you know, brainstorming. Here's what we did. We decided, hey, you know what? Let's play in Hattiesburg at Tal's Dark Bar. A wonderful place. I hate that it closed down, man, because I'm telling y'all, some of you new bands that are used to playing places that are, you know, all laid out and pro, you know, nice sound system. You needed to play some places like Tal's. That's all I'm going to say. I loved it. I loved playing there. But, so we decided, hey, let's play Tal's. Just you and me. You play guitar, I'll sing. Maybe play a little washboard or something. So on the way down, we're already advertised the show. And I think you were playing with Before I Hang. And, on the way down, we decide what we're going to do. All right, yeah, you want to play Lordy Miss Claudia? Yeah, I think I know. Okay. He had a little, you know, had acoustic guitar playing along, and we're singing. You know, we'd get about 2/3 of the way. Oh, yeah, we got that one. I said, hey, man, let's do that Thunderclap Newman song, Something in the Air. He's like, man, I can do that. I can do it. And it took a while, but we got it. Someone sent me a DVD of that set. Hopefully I'll find it again one day. Maybe I should put that stuff. Maybe I should get all that stuff up, put it on YouTube. Clintonzilla, you want to talk to me sometime about taking care of this? I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to step on Malcolm Tent's toes, but Malcolm Tent's a busy man. As busy as I am, I can guarantee you Malcolm Tent is every bit as busy, if not more so. So, okay, Walt sent me the VHS of it last year. That's right. It's still here. I'll send that to Clintonzilla. All right, it looks unanimous to me with Clinton, Malcolm. There may be a new dawning of ANTiSEEN on the old YouTube very soon. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got to talk about. But I don't know. I mean, you know, I just talked about us going down to the shows. Like I said, it's hard for me to remember everything. I mean, I remember after one show we went and saw I may be getting some of the times that we went down there and played. We played South by Southwest before. We played Man's Ruin Showcase. That was fun. But I just remember all those trips being a blast. We never had a lot of car trouble. If it was minor. We always did good at the conventions, even the ones up north, man. You know, the ones we were working in New York, and we'd go stay somewhere in Jersey. Very good memories, man. I really miss the Whiskey Rebel. And I don't know, me and Malcolm were talking about doing a jaunt, maybe in the Midwest, to take some of our recorded materials to the people. In other words, doing a store tour. Can you dig that? And I don't mean us playing. I don't know. We may talk ourselves into playing somewhere. I don't know. But we're talking about just, you know, it's easy to find and map out all the independent record stores. Like, we know, we make a dot, like this is a 200-mile radius, like this. And hit them all. They get them straight from the mangs themselves. Guarantee it'll be cheaper than a distributor, man. That way it's only two people involved. No middlemen. Band, record store dealer. That's it. You take it from me, you sell it to the people. You put it in the street. You take it to the street. Yeah, so if any of you in the Midwest, man, if you know some good independent record store, now don't give us no chains. Chains ain't gonna buy direct from us straight out. We don't do consignment. We're gonna hit them. We're gonna hit them all. I'm tired. Check out all them records back there, man. I'm tired of some of that stuff sitting around here now. I want to clear it out and make room for some new stuff that's going on. And speaking of which, I'll be doing sales on the t-shirts because, man, a couple designs I'm getting down low, man, and I need to move it because I need to get new stuff in. And you artists out there, man, send me some damn ideas. Like our man's Mike Harper, but we're always open to ideas, sketches. I mean, tell me some stuff you want to see. Speaking of Philadelphia, ANTiSEEN will return to Philadelphia in April 4th, 2024. We'll be playing with one of the wildest, probably the wildest band on the planet. Eat the Turnbuckle. They're getting it together. They got the band back together. They're doing it one more time. Bloodbath, Battle Royal. Then it's over. And for such a special event, what do? Well, you bring in the big guns. One of the big guns is Fang. Now, if I need to explain to you who Fang is, maybe you need to do some internet research this evening. Another one of those guns, Ringworm. Also another rockin' teenage combo called Ground. But man, when you've got, like Sam Jackson said, when you absolutely have to wipe out every mofo in the building, you bring the biggest gun you can get a hold of. And they got a hold of ANTiSEEN. It's happening. Philadelphia. We're going to book a couple shows behind it too, so I'll keep you posted on all that. Keep them ideas coming in, man. I love ideas. I love ideas. But I'm going to tell you something. When you bounce ideas off old JC, you gotta have a thick skin, because man, if it don't float, I'm gonna tell you it ain't gonna float. But I can tell you why. See, I'll do that for you. But yeah, give me some ideas, some top 10s, some stories you want to hear about. Man, talk about some songs you want to hear about. Like what was the meaning of this? You know, like hit me up on my page, Jeff Clayton Facebook page on Messenger. I got papers full of stuff, but I can't find them most of the time. And you're like, well, damn, what are we gonna what the hell are we gonna do with that? But don't worry, I'm keeping it together. I'm trying to do much better in 2024 in every aspect of my life than I did in 2023. What do y'all think of that? All right, well, listen. I guess I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Don't forget tomorrow at 7 p.m. to tune in to the first Tent Talks Tunes of 2024. So, thank you once again for coming to hang out with your old pal, old JC. You know, I appreciate it. And, man, let's go through that door in 24. Let's make it happen. I'm ready to go. So, have a great rest of the week, everybody. And have a great weekend. And I'll see you right back here Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the real, the all-American time zone, Eastern Standard. Take care, everyone.